how to recover from a diet relapse and how to prevent a diet relapse is what I'm going to be answering today on Ask Nutrition is Deepa's podcast episode. 99.9% of the people who are following a healthy lifestyle fall off the wagon, which means that they have relapse. So if you have had a relapse either because of the social situation like parties or just a very busy weekend or especially during holidays, then you are not the only one. So the first thing first, take a deep breath because you are not the only one. There are ways to prevent and to recover from the diet relapse. How do we do that? That's what I'm going to be talking today. In order to do that, I'm sharing my screen and we will go over 6-step plan for relapse prevention. Okay, so let's look at how can we prevent diet relapse happening on a regular basis, right? I mean, once or two times a year is fine, but if it is happening often, then we need to look at how can we prevent it. So the first step is to uh, step back and ask yourself what happened. Look objectively at what brought you uh, the relapse, right? Identify the triggers. Was it lack of planning? Was it skipping meals in the anticipation of feast, or feeling deprived, or any kind of social pressure? All right. So the best thing when you're trying to prevent the relapse is to step back and ask yourself what happened, okay, and then work on a prevention plan. So based on the trigger, you are going to work on the prevention plan for the next time. For example, let's take an example of Thanksgiving. So if you feel that during Thanksgiving weekend you kind of fell off the wagon because you were starving the whole day, or you didn't plan as to how you are going to what you are going to eat once you are in that situation. So lack of planning, or it could be social pressure that somebody said, hey, try this, try that. So those were the triggers. So during Christmas time or any other holiday that is coming up, you can prepare for it and say, you know what, I'm going to focus on eating salad first, and then if somebody forces me to eat something, then I'm going to practice portion control, which means I'm going to take only smaller quantity, right? So these are the ways to think ahead and kind of prevent the relapse in the future. Like I said, step number 2, calm down. 99% of the population has relapse with their health goals, right? So we are not the only one. It's very realistic. It's not unusual for people to fall off the wagon. One slip does not mean that you are a failure or everything is washed. Okay, so taking a deep breath and moving forward. It's all about moving forward. It's all about taking the next step, recognizing that this is a part of the process. So again, like I always say, focus on the process, not just on the goal alone, because without the process you won't achieve the goal. So you can't just beat yourself up on and say, hey, I gained 5 pounds. Well, that happened because something went wrong in the process, and identifying the factors that went wrong during the process is what we are going to focus on. Okay, renew your vows. Remind yourself why you are doing what you are doing. Remind yourself that how you physically felt before the relapse and how you are physically feeling or mentally feeling after the relapse. uh, Usually what I hear from patients or my clients is that they feel tired, they feel guilty, they gain weight, they just feel sluggish, their cravings come back. So remind yourself, is this what you want to continue doing? or you want to go back to the state of feeling energetic, having less cravings, feeling of that control. So remind yourself as to which which camp you want to belong to, and that will help you motivate and go back and renew your vows. Okay. Step number 4, learn from it. Okay. Literally sit down and write as to what uh, what did you learn from this whole experience, right? Like I said in the first step, step back and ask yourself what happened. Once you identified, come up with a coping plan. All right, so that's what step number 4 is. Learn from it and create a coping uh, plan. Step number 5, do not linger on the past. It's done, it's over. It wasn't end of the world. It's all right. Implement your back on track strategy right away. Okay, so don't let that Saturday party turn into or extend into Monday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and say, oh, I'm going to restart next weekend. Nope. You are going to restart the next day, next meal, I would even say. Okay. So don't linger upon your past. Keep moving forward. Very important part. Okay. Uh, so that was step number 5. And then step number 6, call to action. Okay. If you're feeling overwhelmed, or if you're feeling lost, if you're feeling down, that's when you are going to, first of all, take a responsibility and ask help from others. It could be your friend, it could be your coach, it could be your dietitian, and say, you know what, I'm going to take an action and I need help. Okay. And get back on it. People are there to help. So your call to action is going to be ask for help from those people who have supported you or who have helped you succeed. Okay. So that's your call to action. If you need help, you can always reach out to me. Mm, we did, we just created this 3-day detox plan that a lot of people are having benefit. If you need that plan, reach out to me. Send me an email, deepa@nutritionisdeepa.com, or through Facebook, or any social media platforms, and I will send you that detox plan. And remember, in the end, self responsibility. Remember, we are in control of our choices. So once you accept that, it gives you energy to move forward. Okay, it's a very important step in this process is self responsibility. Once you stop blaming others, things just clear up, and they say, oh, okay, it's nobody's fault but it's mine, and it's all right, and I have a plan and I'm going to move on. So that's pretty much it. Is these are my 6 steps to prevent and recover from a diet relapse. I hope you find this information useful. If you have any questions, like I always say, please do not hesitate to contact us. But until then, thank you for joining, and please share the post, and please comment and let me know if you find my content useful. Your feedback is very important. And that's pretty much it. I thank you for joining. And until next week, have a safe and healthy week.